Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another great and affordable Class A trade-in value from Parkway RV Center. And folks, this is an absolutely beautiful 1996 Holiday Rambler Endeavor. The model number is a 32CB, so it's 32 feet, 6 inches long, bumper to bumper. That's it, folks. Hard to believe it, but this is actually probably considered a retro or vintage RV. For those of you who are Holiday Rambler enthusiasts, you know that this is a very desirable year model, because this is the last year that Holiday Rambler was owned and built by Harley Davidson. Monaco, of course, started building them in the 1997 models, and they still made them very similar, but they lost that stylish flair that this one has. Harley Davidson always said, they want you to be able to tell the motorcycle's a Harley Davidson when you see it going down the road before you see the name badge or the emblem on it. And they did the same thing with the Holiday Ramblers, folks. Distinctive stripes on it that Monaco did not do. Color coordinated. This is the acrylic fabric awning, which is a cloth-like material. This is the original awning canvas, folks. Look. Monaco didn't do that. This is Harley Davidson, folks. Relatively small motorhome, 32.5 feet. It's really small. Doesn't have a slide, really doesn't need one, folks. This is a Southern motorhome, bought new in Birmingham. It's got 23,000 original miles on it. I've got the Carfax. Most of its life it was bought new in Birmingham. Most of its life was spent in LA, which here in the South we call that Lower Alabama. And of course, some people from Murfreesboro, Tennessee drove this down and traded it in. I've driven this coach myself. The tires are less than 2 years old. They were put on in 2016. Of course, people that traded this in traded on a $50,000 motorhome, so they made a pretty significant upgrade. I'm going to show you some cool features about this one, folks. I grew up around Holiday Ramblers. My parents and grandparents both in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. This is all they would have was Holiday Ramblers, and they had their choice of any brand out there, and this was the brand they used for 20, 25 years. And we're going to go over some stuff. First of all, let's go over the exterior. Something they don't do anymore, but this looks like fiberglass. This is actually a smooth metal siding, just like they put on cargo trailers. Fiberglass is glued on. This is riveted on, so you've got less delamination worry issues, because you got rivets here, rivets underneath here, rivets there, rivets up top. So, and plus, this particular kind of metal is going to hold the shine better. That's why this thing's 23 years old, and it's as shiny as one that's 5 years old. A lot of the outside storage bays are all clean. Of course, a 32C is not going to have a ton of outside storage, because this is technically a smaller Class A motorhome. Technically. Especially when you consider that most of them I do videos on are 40 foot plus, or 38, 40 footers. Like I said, tires are less than 2 years old. Got a furnace. Got 2 roof airs, which is kind of overkill for this size RV, but it's got it. Of course, I've got the awning out right now, and it does have the AlumiGuard, so you can protect your awning fabric from limbs when you're driving down the road. That's the original fabric in excellent condition. You got a rear roof access ladder. This has got a metal roof, so none of that rubber roof nonsense. 5,000-pound hitch on the back. 24,000 miles. Or 23,000 and change. Generator is a big 7 kW Onan RV generator. Most other brands used a 5,500 watt. This is a 7,000 watt, so better to have too much than not enough. And it's powering everything up inside. Rear roof access ladder, and I always point out the good and the bad as I see it. Got a little bend. Looks like they backed into something right here. Hasn't hurt the functionality of the ladder whatsoever. Of course, you can see it's a veteran owned. 82nd and 101 Airborne. It's a good looking motorhome, folks, and you can put the year model and the price aside for a minute and look at the quality of it, and it's impressive, especially considering the age of it. And if you buy this RV, make sure you join. There are several vintage holiday Rambler clubs that meet and have rallies several times a year. The Holiday Rambler Recreational Vehicle Club is, of course, the biggest one, but there are several others, and anybody with a Holiday Rambler is welcome to join. Generator runs great. Folks, even the dash air is cold. Now, that's unusual for a 2010 model, much less a 1996 model. Got the driver's side door. Now, this unit does not have leveling jacks. And the 32C, for some reason, it was something to do with how they had the tanks positioned, was not available with leveling jacks. All the other ones were, but not the 32C, because of the way everything's designed underneath. Windshields look great. I mean, look here, folks. The original Holiday, see the HR right there? Original Holiday Rambler windshields. I'm not going to say this thing's perfect, folks. It is a 23-year-old motorhome. It's got its flaws, but overall, this thing's just in amazing condition for this age of unit, and especially for this price. Got the power steps at work. Like I said, beautiful color-coordinated awning. Stuff that Monaco didn't do that Harley Davidson did. Steps work great. Now, I'm going to point out one thing. The previous owners, this originally came with carpet in the front. They put a plank style linoleum floor that looks great, but it still has the original ceramic tile floor in the kitchen area. And we'll get to that here in a minute. Remember, this is only 32.5 foot. Oh, that air feels good. Countertops look great. Got the books and manuals in it. Built-in coffee maker. Double ACs are both ducted units. TV has been updated in the front from the original CRT to I know it's a smaller TV, but it fits perfectly. Go ahead and get my thermometer out. Flex steel captain's chairs. Now, folks, this does have, for you Ford enthusiasts like myself, this is the last year one of the best engines that Ford ever put in a motorhome, and that is the 7.5 liter 460 cubic inch V8, 400 pound-feet of torque and 245 horsepower. Got the heated power mirrors. Generator, of course, works. The dash air is cold. Now, folks, somebody spent some money to make sure that dash air works. And you can see we're dropping down into the 40s, and we about to got into the 30s, and that's sitting here at idle. 23,426 miles. Carfax accident free. Everything matches. I see nothing up here that would tell me that those miles are incorrect. I honestly believe they're correct. Now, the original backup camera does not work. They've got a smaller wireless unit, I assume, put in that it works. Windshield looks good. Dash looks good. Got the shades, which have been added to cover the windshield area up at night. And it's got 4 different ones, so you can cover up the windshield and the side windows without giving up any cab space. And you know, I'm gonna pardon, I've got the sniffles a little bit, folks. I've got a little bit of a sinus infection, so I may sneeze or sniffle just a little bit. Step back, original carpets. You know, they look good. I mean, they're a little faded, but I mean, for 23-year-old carpet, you really can't complain. And if you want us to change out the carpet, let your salesperson know. We'll get you a quote on that. For the price we're selling it for, we're not planning on it. Because Holiday Rambler enthusiasts like stuff as original as possible. But if you do want us to put new carpet in here, let your salesperson know. We'll get you a quote. In case you're just wanting to buy it for a motorhome and not as a vintage Holiday Rambler. Original furniture. Sleeper sofa. Table booth makes a bed. Got the mirror. Books and manuals, ceramic tile floor in the kitchen area like it's supposed to have. Original light fixtures, fantastic vent fan. Original stovetop oven. Folks, I've already been out here playing because I've got a thing, like I said, for these older holidays. I mean, I've already checked the plumbing system for you. All the plumbing works. Water heater obviously works. I've got it on propane. It's a gas electric water heater. Works great, obviously. Refrigerator. This looks like the original fridge, and it works. Now, I haven't had it on just a huge amount of time because it takes these things 6 to 8 hours to get to operating temp. I mean, we're 21 degrees in the freezer, so obviously the refrigerator is going to take a little longer to get cool because it always gets cold in the fridge first and then trickles down to, or the cold in the freezer first trickles down to the fridge. Microwave works, got over-the-range microwave that works great. These are all solid hardwood cabinets like all holiday Ramblers. I mean, this was a top dog back in the day, folks. 8 cubic foot refrigerator, by the way. Big closet. This should be lighted. And that part still works. Big hanging closet in here for whatever you need it for. Cozy rear bedroom. Got a Queen Island bed. Got another TV back here. Little flat screen up there in the corner. Control for your second ACs back here. It's cold. His and her nightstands. Plenty of reading lamps. And lots of storage. Got a side enclosed bathroom. Got the Thedford RV toilet. Of course, your water pump, water heater controls are in here as well. Nice shower. Got the glass door. I mean, you got to realize, folks, you're only in a 32.5 foot motorhome. This isn't no gigantic 40 foot bus or nothing like that. I mean, this is actually the same size as, or smaller than a lot of the Class C's on the market. I don't mind showing you the air either. Let me get my thermometer out. We'll just do this one. Wow, that's cold, folks. And I've got both airs on. Now, you don't have to run both airs. In fact, most of the time you won't need to, but just for checking out purposes, so I can tell you that honestly that they work, I've got both of them on, and they're both ice cold. Folks, you know, I know this, again, this is 23-year-old RV. It's not perfect, but I promise you, you'll have a hard time finding another 96 model as nice as this one with the low miles for anywhere close to this price. Let me tell you what all you get. $17,900, a taggle-free firm. My RV techs, and I've already checked the basic stuff for you, the major stuff, the generator. I drove this coach a couple of exits down and back earlier. I've had the generator running for a while now, so we know that works. We know that both roof airs work. We know the dash air works. No warning lights on the dash. We know the fridge works. We know the water heater works. We know the plumbing works, because best way to tell, folks, is turn your water pump on, and once it pressurizes, as long as you don't hear it pop back on, then you don't have a leak. That's a quick and easy way to tell if your plumbing system doesn't have a leak, because after it pressurizes it, the water pump doesn't come on for a second. That works. I've already checked all the faucets and spigots and all that good stuff. It works. You know, propane system, I haven't officially tested it, but I have checked the water heater on propane. It works, and I smell no LP gas in here. But my RV techs, what they'll do is they'll check everything that I've already checked for you and then some. Obviously the awning works, but we'll check all your propane systems, your plumbing systems. We're going to check heat, air. We'll check all your appliances, your microwave, your stovetop, your oven, your fridge on gas and electric operation. Make sure all your lights work. I found one in here so far that had a bulb burn out, and that's it so far, but we'll double check that. Check all your outside bays. Make sure they're clean. Make sure they all function correctly. Check your air conditioners, of course. we're going to run this thing through the ringer. I mean, nobody else is going to take a 23-year-old motorhome and put it through the paces like we will. For $17,900, all that's included. If you want a checklist of everything that we inspect, folks, all the RV components that we inspect and repair if needed, for the price you pay, and no expense will be spared. If something's wrong on that list, no matter what the cost, we're going to fix it. If you want a copy of that list, call one of my non-commissioned sales team members, 706-965-7929. Have them email you over a list. He'll be happy to go over with you on the phone what it covers, what it doesn't cover. Two things it's pretty ironic that it doesn't cover is tires and roof air. I mean, tires and dash air, because dash air is pretty much useless on a Class A. But they work, and the tires are less than 2 years old, so that's two things you don't have to worry about. And he'll go over everything in detail, and of course you'll have a copy of it too. And the way it works is after purchase, this unit's going to go in line to get checked out by my service department, my certified RV techs. When it gets to its place to the front of the line, are going to spend some time in it, go over that checklist. If they find anything wrong with that checklist, folks, that price stays the same. It doesn't go up just because we spent more than we planned on fixing an RV up. So, in other words, $17,900 is your guaranteed price. Not going to go up because we spent more than we expected to on a checkout. And anything on that list will be repaired at no additional cost to you. And like I said, get a copy of that list, and while you got the salesperson on the phone, find out the current lead time for a Class A gas checkout, and he'll help you out with that as well, so there's no surprises for anyone. Also, make sure you ask him. All of our prices are haggle-free firm, but there's no extra fees, but they are plus applicable sales tax. So make sure your salesperson gives you a estimate on what your sales tax will be, when and where you have to pay it. Sales tax laws are very complicated. They're not universal. They vary from state to state. In some cases, the amount can vary on how you're paying for it, whether it's cash, trade, or finance. And folks, this is a 96 when I'm talking about that. I mean, you might ask the salesperson to check and see. You know, I may be able to get a few $1,000s borrowed on this camper, on this motorhome. I doubt it. 96 is just too old for my lenders to really finance. I mean, if you've just got exceptionally strong credit, they may finance this thing for a few $1,000s. I don't know. This is something, if you need financing, you're probably going to have to go to your own bank or credit union and secure a loan for financing. And of course, my salespeople will assist you in your credit union or bank or finance company and send them over any documentation they need to help you get a loan in your name. More than likely, the person who buys this is going to be a cash buyer, because it's hard to find anything under 20 grand that's decent, folks, much less with low miles and the quality of this holiday Rambler. That's just something that you don't see. I put on a Class C yesterday for $19,900. The phones have been ringing off the hook, and the videos had 1,700 views in less than 24 hours. I mean, it's hard to find anything decent in this price range right now. This is something, I know it's older, it may not be for everyone, but this is something anyone can use. Whew, that air feels good. It's got the day-night shades here in the back. They all work. I mean, this is an exceptionally nice motorhome for its age. It's not perfect, but it's, like I said, you couldn't ask one to be any nicer than this for this price and this year model, and this brand especially. $17,900. This unit will be checked out by my techs. My cleaning crew will get a hold of it after they've done their part and cleaned it inside and out. And of course, my service manager Gordy will do his final walkthrough on it. If it's everything to his satisfaction, he will call you, set you an appointment to pick your RV up. Only he can do that, folks. Salesperson can't set an appointment. I can't set an appointment. Owner can't set an appointment. The finance business manager can't set an appointment. Only the service manager Gordy. And you're always welcome to call him and check on it. And we can give you a cell phone number if you want to shoot him a quick text anytime you want to make sure that it's available, or how the checkout's coming. You know, we're going to take care of you, folks. Even though this is an older motor home, any other dealership you go to, it's a 96 model, you take the good with the bad. We go one step beyond that, make sure everything on it works. And if you got any questions about any of that, of course, you know the phone number, 706-965-7929. We're family owned and operated for 50 plus years, 3 generations right here in Ringgold, Georgia, folks. We try to carry something for everybody's budget and everybody's price range, because we know not everybody can afford to go out and spend 60, 70 grand on a used RV. And this one for $17,900 will do everything that a 60 grand motorhome will do for less than 1/3 the price. But anyway, folks, this price is haggle free if you want it checked out. You're also going to get 21 nights of free camping, up to 7 nights at a time at select RV resorts nationwide, to be used in a 12-month period. That's also included. The tech that checked it out when you arrive here to pick it up is going to go through this motorhome with you, show you how to work everything, answer any questions you have, show you everything on our checklist. It works flawlessly. Have you sign off on it, of course, when he's done, and he'll help you hook up a runabout if you're going to tow a vehicle behind it. And show you any repairs he had to make, tips, tricks, pointers, and more, and that's included for that $17,900 all-inclusive price plus applicable sales tax. And unlike other RV dealerships, folks, we charge no fees, no dock fees, prep fees, freight fees, setup fees, corporate fees, franchise fees, etc. Other dealers can charge you thousands of dollars in fees on top of the sales price and the tax, and all those fees are 100% dealer profit, 100% unnecessary to purchase a used or new RV of any shape, form, or fashion. We charge no extra fees, folks. We know we're real big on no haggling, no surprises, no extra fees, no commission salespeople. Pretty much we did away with everything that everybody hates about buying a used vehicle from a dealership. We did away with it, folks. Now, the only way we do haggle on price is we offer an option B price. Option B is you buy this motorhome just like it sits. Now, you can rest assured, I've already checked all the systems I've told you about, so you know they work. All the major stuff. In other words, the stuff that would cost you a lot of money if it didn't work, works. But just because I checked it doesn't mean there's a guarantee on it, because as is an option B price. As is means as is. That means you, the buyer, are 100% responsible for any current or future repairs this RV needs, or will need, or may need, however you want to put it. And you got to understand that, folks. It's not as is unless this goes bad in a week time, or it's not as is unless this blows up, and there's no excluded systems to that as is rule. It includes running gear, motor, transmission, generator, fridge, airs, anything else that's on this motorhome is covered under the as is rule. And that's not a state law, that's a federal law. So if I sell it to you as is, I cannot fix a thing on it. It's written in the Federal Buyer's Guide that many of you always sign when you buy a used vehicle, that states either as is, no warranty, or warranty. So, but like I said, option A, you don't have to worry about it. We're going to have everything functioning on it when you pick it up. But option B, of course, as is, means you take the good with any potential bad. And it's on your dime to fix it. If you got questions about any of that, folks, of course, again, our phones are open, 706-965-7929. They're answered 24/7. If it's after business hours, our answering service picks it up, and they have basic information. If they can't help you, they will forward your contact info to my non-commissioned sales team, who will call you back the next business day. We also have a 24/7 operator chat system on our website, which is parkwayrvcenter.com. If you're watching this video on YouTube, I will have a link in the video description. Just scroll down the first paragraph. There'll be a link. Click on that. It'll go to my used Class A page on my website. And you can, of course, I'll have all the specs and any documentation I can find, and pictures and all that on the website on the listing for this. And I also have trade-in appraisal forms and more. So make sure you go to my website, parkwayrvcenter.com. You're going to like this RV, folks. If you looked at other motorhomes in this price range and you've just been disappointed and disgusted, come look at this one, because it will change your whole outlook. The fact that you can buy a motorhome like this for the price that I'm selling it for. And I have every right to ask 25 grand for this motorhome, folks, but that's not how we operate. 17.9 haggle free, option A, checked out, ready to go. No, that's a stress-free, worry-free option. Or if you're a gambling person, you want to do the option B, let us know. We'll get you a haggle-free price on option B. Now, folks, I'm not expecting you to make your decision based on my video recommendations or more. Come out and look at it. If you are able to, come out and look at it. Because keep in mind, it's a 23-year-old vehicle. I mean, treat it like you're buying a 1996 model car or truck or SUV. I mean, come out, look at it, lay hands on it, spend some time in it. Let us know you're coming. We'll plug it into power or crank the generator, have everything on for you. Do your own inspection of it, test drive it, and then decide if this is the one for you. And after you do all that, you've got a better idea of what you see in it and what you think works and don't works, and you can then decide if you want the option A or B. You know, if it's possible to come look. I know a lot of people schedules, they can't come here and look, because I know a lot of people travel thousands of miles to buy from us, which I strongly suspect somebody will do to buy this, because there's a huge following for holiday ramblers on the West Coast, and this motorhome over there is 25 grand at least. But so somebody's going to travel to buy this. And of course, we do have delivery service available. Contact us for a quote on that. If you want to fly in, look at it, or pick it up, we'll pick you up at Chattanooga, Tennessee Airport for free during business hours, and more. And if you can't come look at it, we're more than happy to send additional pictures, custom videos, whatever we can do to ease your mind. Just let your salesperson know. No commission salespeople, no games, gimmicks, trouble, drama, no fees, no surprises. That's Parkway RV Center, family owned and operated since 1968. Thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.